You can always send a message in the chat, and one of my colleagues will be able to help you out with whatever issues you might be having. And if you have any questions after the press conference, feel free to email me at media@adflegal.org. Again, that's media@adflegal.org. Today, we'll be hearing from Jake Warner, Senior Counsel with Alliance Defending Freedom, as well as our client, Dr. Eric Hazelrigg, OBGYN and Medical Director for Choices Pregnancy Centers. And then after that, we will have some time for Q&A. So we'll begin with Jake Warner.
We are incredibly grateful for the Arizona Supreme Court's ruling today, a tremendous victory for unborn children and their mothers. The lower court's ruling misinterpreted state law to allow abortion in circumstances where the Arizona legislature did not allow it. And it prevented officials from fully enforcing the state's pro-life law to protect unborn children. Thankfully, today's ruling overturns that decision and recognizes that life is a human right. It allows Arizona to respect that right and fully protect life again, just as the legislature intended. Arizona's pro-life law has protected unborn children for over 100 years. And the people of Arizona, through their elected representatives, have repeatedly affirmed that law, including in 2022, when the law at issue in this case was passed and enacted. We celebrate the Arizona Supreme Court's decision that allows the state's pro-life law to again protect the lives of countless innocent unborn children.
And Dr. Hazelrigg?
Yes, hi. Hello, I'm Dr. Hazelrigg. My name is Dr. Eric Hazelrigg, and I've been honored to serve as a representative for unborn children in Arizona in this important case. I'm committed to respecting human life at every stage. Life begins at conception. At just 6 weeks from the last menstrual period, an unborn baby's heart begins to beat, and that's just 4 weeks after conception. At 8 weeks, he has fingers and toes, and at 10 weeks, his unique fingerprints begin to form. As an OBGYN who has been practicing in Arizona for more than 30 years, I've delivered more than 15,000 babies. I know that each baby and each mother carrying her baby is unique. I have the honor of serving these women and families bringing these children into the world. Every one of them deserves real support and real health care. I'm thrilled that children will be protected under this Arizona law and that women and families receive real support and real health care. We all deserve the dignity and respect that is upheld by laws that affirm that life is a human right.
And now we'll go ahead and open it up for Q&A. Please, when you unmute, state your name and what outlet you are with.
Hi, this is Howard Fisher with Capital Media Services in Phoenix. Obviously, there seem to be enough signatures to put a constitutional right to abortion into the Arizona Constitution. It would seem to me that you're giving voters now, with your win today, a very binary decision, essentially 0 abortions, except to save the life of the mother, or what some would consider an overly liberal law. But all the polling that we've seen and all we've seen it happen in other states like Ohio suggests that given that choice, voters will take the more liberal law. Have you essentially won the battle but lost the war?
Well, today's decision from the Arizona Supreme Court affirms that life is a human right. It's always the best decision to protect life as much as possible. And we're thankful that here in Arizona, unborn children will be protected beginning at conception, except to save the mother's life. Today's decision should be celebrated, and we're very hopeful that voters will recognize that life is a human right and it deserves protecting from here forward.
Let me ask a quick follow-up. I just got a statement from the president of the state Senate and the Speaker of the House, both of whom are very, to use your term, pro-life, who said that they're going to be meeting with their members and with constituents to determine whether to have something else on the ballot, either in terms of repealing the 1864 law or putting their own 15-week ban on the ballot. I take it that you would oppose that?
It's our hope here in Arizona that the law will protect unborn children from conception on, except to save the life of the mother. Life is a human right, and voters and politicians, they're always in the right when they protect life as much as possible.
Lily Boudreau, Cronkite News. I wanted to hear your response about the Attorney General Chris May's statement saying that no woman or doctor will be prosecuted under this draconian law in the state.
Well, in our understanding, that decision will be left to the county prosecutors. And after the ruling this morning, Arizona's pro-life law will become enforceable after 14 days. So we have every expectation that this law will be duly enforced at the relevant time.
To quickly follow up on that, Ms. May said that she has supervisory authority over all county attorneys in all 15 counties, even though they're separately elected. Are you saying that she does not have supervisory authority to determine when they can and cannot bring such charges?
It's our understanding that her authority does not extend to dictating the prosecutorial decisions of county prosecutors. So in our view, county prosecutors are free to enforce the law as written and so protect unborn life here in Arizona beginning in 2 weeks.
Just real quickly, you do realize that there's at least a 45-day stay after the mandate issues based on the Isaacson case and the stay issued there. So I don't understand why you keep saying 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, certainly in that case, the state is a party at issue, but no county prosecutors are brought to the table in that case. So it's our understanding that county prosecutors can enforce this law as written in 14 days, just as the Arizona Supreme Court said in its decision this morning. And that's a good thing because life is a human right and it's deserving of protection.
Hey, this is Stacy Barchinger with the Arizona Republic. Howie sort of just asked the question I was going to get at, but so it is your position that this is enforceable in 14 days, regardless of this other court decision that puts the 45-day stay on it.
It's my understanding that this law can be enforced by county prosecutors in 14 days.
Okay, thank you very much. And then just one more, I guess, sort of more direct question, if I can. How do you believe this ruling impacts the ballot measure campaign ongoing in Arizona?
We're hopeful that this decision encourages voters to affirm life. As I've said before, life is a human right. Think about the unborn children at issue in this case. Like Dr. Hazelrigg said earlier, their hearts begin beating at 6 weeks. They develop fingers and toes at 8 weeks, and then they have unique fingerprints at 10 weeks. It's always a really good decision to protect life, and we're thankful that the Arizona Supreme Court made the right call this morning.
Hi,
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. Kira Riley with Arizona Capital Times. The ruling, gives Planned Parenthood some window to maybe reassert some constitutional challenges. What is your plan going forward to defend, I guess, and uphold the ruling handed down today? Will you continue to kind of fight in this action as it, moves to another court?
Yeah, we don't know what Planned Parenthood or its allies will do moving forward. We don't expect those challenges to prevail, but certainly we're ready to defend unborn children here in Arizona to the extent that we can.
Thank you.
This is Elizabeth Dias with the New York Times. I was wondering, when you talk about the county prosecutors, what plans or action already does ADF have working with them? Like, are any of your lawyers working with the county prosecutors across the state already to prepare for potential litigation?
I'm unaware of those efforts at the present time. I do know that we represented the Yavapai County Attorney Dennis McGrain in this case, as he also intervened at the Arizona Supreme Court. It's as I said before, it's our expectation that after 2 weeks that these county prosecutors will be fully free to protect life once again here in Arizona.
And just to follow to that, obviously, the Alliance Defending Freedom started in Arizona, like just about 3 decades ago. And I'm curious what it means to the organization to have this victory in your home state after 3 decades.
We are dedicated to affirming that life is a human right. We want to affirm that right, not only here in Arizona, but around the country. And we want our laws to include these important protections for the unborn. Like I said earlier, over the past 50 years, science has really uncovered some pretty amazing things about unborn children. The fact that their hearts begin beating at 6 weeks, they have fingers and toes at 8 weeks, and then unique fingerprints at 10 weeks. It becomes increasingly clear that these unborn children, they deserve our protection. So yes, we're thankful that the Arizona Supreme Court has protected life here in our home state, but we hope that these protections will extend to states around the nation.
Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Okay, well, thank you everyone for joining us today. Again, if you have any other questions, please email us at media@adflegal.org. Thank you so much.
I also presume that if there are any subsequent filings, that you will make sure all of us in the media get copies of whatever you file.
Certainly, if we have anything extra to add or to hand out to you all, then we'll be happy to do so.
Okay, will you be taking some action against Ms. Mays over her contention that she has supervisory authority, seeking a declaratory judgment, perhaps on behalf of of the Yavapai County prosecutor?
I'm sorry, but the Q&A portion has finished. So if you have any extra questions, again, please email us at media@adflegal.org. Thank you so much.
Recording stopped.